Today we're going to practice a little casting with the little ones I've got with me. So if that's something you're interested in watching, well, stick around and find out because we're starting right now. So hey you, this is me, A.D. Ross with Novi Outdoors, where we provide tips, tactics, and techniques for beginners who seek to make waves, blaze new trails, and become more efficient in the great outdoors. Today we're out here with our little ones doing what we usually do, but we figured maybe somebody else out there might want to see what we're doing so they can do this with their kids. We're learning how to cast. So we got our bucket set up, we got our rods and reels, they've got practice plugs, but we'll go through that here in a second. But we're going to be practicing how to cast, and we're going to show you how we do it. All right, so first things first, some of the gear you're going to need is a rod and reel. And we've got these little practice plugs. A lot of times the rod and reel that you get for your kids is going to come with a little practice plug of sorts that you can tie onto the line. That's not going to get those kids hurt if they're throwing it around, which they do, and hitting stuff, which they also do, because I've been hit square in the back plenty of times. But with that, we also need a couple other things. Now for the parents, always want to think about bringing a chair, because it's going to take some time, at least as long as they allow it. Bring some water, because those kids are going to need to hydrate. Now what you don't see in this video is we went ahead and applied a bunch of sunscreen on them because, well, the sun gets hot, so you want to make sure they're protected. We've also got our bucket, which we're going to be casting into, and a little device that's going to let us know how far we want to go, how far we want to set it up, okay? So for today, in this case, we're going to use a Frisbee. So what you want to do is you want to start small and have it, daggone it, relatively close to the bucket. So the way you want to start off before you even get to casting is you want to show them some of the mechanics. So Jojo, let it rip. We're going to press the button and reel it back up. Press the button, reel it back up. One more time, buddy. Press the button, reel it back up. Now that he's got some of the mechanics down, we can go ahead and practice casting. So let's give it a shot. All right, so now he can start casting. So you see he's at our little marker, and bucket's not too far away, so what he's doing is just practicing, trying to get it into that bucket. And it does take some time, so you gotta be patient. So there's really only a few things that you're gonna need to do this kind of activity with the little ones, and that's gear, which we've laid out for you earlier in this video, some time, which we've got a little bit of time this afternoon, and a whole lot of patience. Now the cool thing about this little activity is it's not just for kids, it's also for adults. Now I gotta tell you, I ain't the best with a baitcaster, and well, when people was just starting out, I can't really tell you a whole lot of people that were. Even though bait casters are a real popular item in fishing, it takes some time getting used to. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and tied myself on a practice plug, which I'll include links down there in the description. You can pick them up at Bass Pro. They're made of plastic, or rubber rather, and like in this case, they've got weights on them that you can use to give you the better idea as to what kind of lures you're going to be throwing, which is important. So you can kind of match the weight to the type of lure that you're going to be throwing. Now another thing I wanted to point out, if you got little ones just getting started, is having a rod and reel where that line is not attached to anything. Now what this is good for, here you go buddy, here, use this one, is for these little ones, they can kind of swing it around a little bit and just kind of get the feel of it. Because if there's no line attached or anything like that, I got them running off, I gotta go chase them here in a second, then it makes it a lot easier and a lot safer, because I promise you, if you get whipped with one of those things, you're gonna know it. So with all that being said, the next thing you gotta do is just let them rip, let them practice for a little bit. Now in this instance, you're just gonna let them go as long as they can, which probably won't be too long. Now if you enjoyed the content depicted in this video, I'd like you to seriously consider subscribing and maybe hit that like button for us. We'd really appreciate that. That's about all I got for you today. I'm A.D. Ross with Novi Outdoors. I hope you take care and God bless, because Novi is out. I knew that wouldn't last too long. All right, who's ready for McDonald's? I knew that would work.